Hey, hi everyone, welcome back. So, guys, as part of this session, we are going to see how exactly we can run the test on an UI mode. Let me go to this documentation of this Playwright, okay, from where we have started this discussion. So, here, run the test in a UI mode. So, if you look at the details, basically, we highly recommend running your test in a UI mode for better developing experience when you are, which helps you to write down your code in a easier way, and even you can look at the detailed steps what exactly it's performing. This is the code snippet or the screenshot snippet how exactly it looks like. Check out the details for this particular UI mode. In order to trigger your test in a UI mode, npx playwright test hyphen hyphen UI is the one. Let us look at the details what exactly it is having. The UI mode is having a detailed instructions basically, so it will show you like how exactly we have seen in a debugging mode itself, the left panel. You do have an option to filter your test. You do have an option to see the timeline in a header, at what time, what actions it's being performing, and what exactly the actions got performed. We can also see before the action, after the action, what exactly the actions get it got performed, all the things that we can perform, and even a detailed source code. Okay, what exactly our source code is there. We can see that what action being called, when it called, and what exactly any errors are populated, and whenever that action is performing, what exactly the network traffic, all these options were being captured using that. So what I'm gonna do right now is, so I was just using npx, okay, playwright test hyphen hyphen ui, okay, hyphen hyphen ui. That's it, guys. I haven't done anything. So I was just commenting my my second test. I just have a only example one dot spec file which has a two tests in it. Okay, let me try to use it in an UI mode. So when I did that, see here, a new window got opened for me. In this particular window, this is the file example1 dot spec dot ts. As and when I have selected it, if you look at this particular footer under the source, the complete source code is being populated. Okay, what exactly the source code that we have in that particular file is being populated, and this is the has title. This is what my first test is. Whenever I have selected my test here in the left panel, see the test is being highlighted in the footer. Okay, the same with the get started also, it's being highlighted. And if you look at the actions, it didn't run. That's the reason I was unable to see that particular one. And for every action that it is being performing, you have the action that it is being performed, the before action, what it is, the state, after the action, what it is, the state. We can clearly have a look into that particular one. What I am doing right now is, as these are having a two different tests, I was just trying to execute my second test here. Click on a run button next to this particular test. As and when I clicked on the next button, see here, these are the actions that it performed. So if you hover a mouse on the first one, okay, the line one inside the action, see here, try to mouse over here and try to observe here both the things. Okay, so whenever I mouse over, okay, whenever I mouse over here, the respective source code is being highlighted inside the source. Okay, so let me select this and navigate. See here, this is the action that it got performed, and if you look at the before, basically it doesn't open anything, and after that this is the screen that it got opened. So there is a click action, guys, before the click. Okay, so if you look at this particular click, so this is the element that it is trying to perform a click operation, which is highlighted with a red dot. And before the click, this is the screen. And after performing the click operation, this is the screen basically. Okay, after performing the click operation, this is the screen. So it doesn't capture the instance properly, but ideally this is the screen that it got captured after that. Okay, and if you look at this timeline on the header, basically it started at this particular time. At this time, it performed this operation, and this is the action it performed here. And after this time interval, this is the screen that it got loaded. And here in the source, the complete source is being populated. And in the call, right, it will show you the details, a log stating that how much time it took and what are all the actions that it got to perform. And the actions that it is being performed will be captured as part of a log. And as part of the error, if any errors are there, the errors will be captured, and the console, the regular output. And the network right here, if you see what exactly the network traffic is there, everything is being captured. If at all you have any attachment, all those attachment and annotations will be populated here. And if you minimize here, next to the actions, there is a metadata. So this metadata will display you about the viewport, what is the screen dimension, all the things will be populated here itself. Okay, that's fine. And there is a one more interesting option that we have, which is this watch icon. Okay, this watch icon you have for every test and you have for the entire test also. This watch icon you do have for every test and an entire test. So what exactly this watch icon does? For suppose I have enabled this watch icon here for this get started with. So I just clicked on it. See, this watch is an enable mode. Now, if you go back to your Playwright test, if you made any changes, okay, heading Surendra, if you made any changes and hit the save button, if you look at it, automatically the test is being executed. Watch itself means watch that the test. If any changes are made, execute that particular test again and see here the visibility, it got a fail. As of now, we don't have a watch on a has title. If you come back to your code, if you come back to your code, and if you have this has a title, and if you made any changes here, okay, it won't execute that particular command. Okay, it won't execute that has a title. It will be executing this one itself. So whenever any changes are made to this particular test, the watch will be clearly watching and it will be executing that particular test file itself. Okay, in that particular file it will be executing that particular test. That's another beauty. Okay, so this is the way, these are the various options. You can use a play all, you can stop it, and you can filter that basically. If something got a passed, if something got a failed, all those things you can filter it out over here. See, basically I just used a fail, so hence it's showing it as a fail. There is a skip option that I will be explaining you as part of the next option what exactly the skip is. So here this watch is one and the same as the previous debugging watch that I have shown you. I told you that the watch I will be explaining here, right? So for individual commands, how much time it took, all the details are being populated. And in the error, right? If you observe what is the reason behind the error, it got a captured right now. Okay, so this is the way. Okay, so whenever there is any error context, right? So it just captured the context of that particular error. All the details are being captured. So this is the way how exactly we can configure it, guys. Okay, this is the way how exactly you can use your program in an UI mode. In order to quit this execution, right, you just need to press a Control C so that it will come out from that particular instance. Okay, perfect. This is the way how exactly we can do in a UI mode. Ideally, when you are running, creating your program and you want to check at the same time how exactly it's performing the options, in that situation, you will be using this UI mode in a better way. Okay, perfectly all right. See you again in the next lecture. Thank you.